In Christ's righteousness, effortless change births from faith, not works.
Yeah. Are you frustrated? I can tell you now that if you live according to those rules, you will be frustrated to no end. And like I said last night, that religion will kill you. Jesus comes and he makes us. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 says, he became sin for us, who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus. Bring vain imaginations like the temptation to go back into works and performance. Bring it captive in your thought and say, no. My righteousness is not dependent upon my good works. My righteousness is I have been made the righteousness of God, and I stand before God today as if I have never sinned, and no sin I commit today is going to change that. Now, brother and sister, here's what you're going to understand. If you change what you believe, and you cast down, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Casting down vain imaginations and every thought that exalts itself above the obedience of Christ. It is not bringing a thought and making it obedient to Christ. It is bringing every thought you have and looking at the obedience of Jesus hanging on the cross and saying, is this thought that I'm having obedient unto the finished work of Jesus? Let him be the litmus test by which you view every thought and imagine. If your thought is, I'm such a terrible sinner. No, let me look at the cross. The cross says I am the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus. When I look at the cross, I am justified as if I've never sinned. That's who I am in Christ. When you start to believe it, when you start to actually persuade your heart, I am the righteousness of God. I am just as if I've never sinned. You believe that in your heart, it's going to start changing your conduct. You're going to start changing what I call effortless change. You start to believe right. You see, obedience in the Old Testament was about doing things right. Obedience in the New Testament is about believing right. Because when you believe right, you'll do right. You'll do right.